So this will be a how-to installation of a L4T DM PSA, be a DIN male positive stop, CommScope or Andrews connector. In the connector box, they come with the connector itself, a O-ring and spring, a cutting guide to do it manually without the prep tool, and a little instruction pamphlet also, so you can reference this as we put together. This will give you the hand prep tool, and it'll also give you the manual directions. In this case, we're going to be using the Andrew 1/2" LDF prep tool, and there's the part number there. There's a couple different styles, a red one floating around and a blue one. The blue one just has a little extra feature to it. So first thing I will do is I will check my coax and make sure it's straight this way. And then I'll also check and make sure it's straight this way. So we want to make sure our coax is nice and straight, which it is. And then I'll take my drill and fully seat it in till it stops. And then I'll slowly start going down. So it strips off the outer jacket for us, and it will start stripping our copper. And there is no stop on this, so you can just keep going and going and going until you basically cut up the whole jumper. Right now, we want to keep going. Our center conductor here doesn't have the bevel on it, so we'll put this back on. And when I put it back on, I want to make sure I clean out some of the junk in here, and then have it fully seat and click before I start it up again. So what we're looking for is beveled center pin there, and then about halfway down a valley, not in the middle of a, or sorry, halfway down a peak, not a valley. So we're about right there. May cut off just a little bit more. So we want to make sure our center conductor is beveled there, and then we're halfway down a peak here. So next thing I'll do, it missed some outer jacket here, so let's take my knife, cut that and pop that off. The next thing I'll do, it's got the little pin right there that missed. I'll take my knife, just cut that off. And then now it left a little thin layer of foam between our outer jacket and center conductor. So I'm just going to take my knife and go flat and shave off that foam. Oops. So now we have a nice clean edge all the way across, and all of our foam is off our center conductor. Next, I'll take the tip of my knife and start folding in that foam away from the outer conductor. And this helps us when we put our connector on, that we don't pinch foam between our connector and outer conductor of the copper. So you should end up with something like that, with all the foam pulled away from the outer conductor. Nice beveled center pin halfway down on a peak, and then all the black outer jackets trimmed off of there. Next step will be to take the rubber O-ring, and this gets slid on and goes in the last valley. And then our connector, the back half, will slide over and spins down. Next is our spring, which goes right after our cut here in the valley. And then next, we'll take our connector and go straight on and fully seat it. Now when we put the back collar on, we want to make sure the back half spins and the front half stays still. Once we get it hand tight, then we can take a 2 crescents or 7/8 and 3/4 wrench, and I will put my 7/8 on the flats right here. Holding that still, I will then tighten my back nut up. And as I'm doing this, it's putting a flare on the outer jacket. Go tight. And for the first couple times, I'll make sure this connector doesn't spin on the coax. And then I will also back it off and make sure we have a good flare. So I'll loosen it up, keeping the front half still and loosening the back half. Now I can take my connector, pull it straight off, and as you see here, we have a nice flare around our outer jacket. And the whole reasoning for spinning this and keeping this still is this center pin rides inside the center conductor there where the 4 fingers are. And if you're spinning this, you'll end up getting copper worn off the center conductor, and that'll cause us PIM and return loss issues. So that's the most important thing, is go straight on, hold the front nut, and spin the back. And double check and make sure it doesn't spin, and that should be good to go.